Sri Lanka is referred to as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean. And it's not surprising, because there is a great deal to discover on this tropical island with around 22 million inhabitants. A little known fact is that the low-lying shoals, rock and coral formations of the Gulf of Mannar used to be host to a thriving business in pearl fishing, stretching from Chilaw to Mannar. The town of Chilaw on Sri Lanka's west coast has a rich history of pearl fishing that spans over 2 millennia. Known for its natural pearl beds, Chilaw became a prominent hub for ancient global trade, with mentions of Sri Lankan pearls found in records from Rome, Egypt, and China. Arab traders and later the Portuguese, Dutch, and British sought to control Chilaw's pearls, recognizing their global value. Under British rule, pearl fishing in Chilaw became more organized, with regulations on fishing seasons and scientific studies on oyster breeding and environmental factors. This scientific approach brought significant economic growth, with local communities relying on pearl fishing as a seasonal livelihood. However, by the late 19th century, overfishing, environmental changes, and the rise of cultured pearls led to a decline in Chilaw's natural pearl industry. 2 centuries later, Chilaw's history remains woven into Sri Lanka's heritage, reflecting the town's former prominence in global maritime trade and the enduring cultural impact of its once thriving pearl industry. When you arrive at the town Udappu, it looks just like any other Sri Lankan coastal village. However, a closer look reveals that the townfolk are all dressed for a special occasion. Today is an auspicious day in their calendar. The 15,000 or more inhabitants are all making their way to pay homage to various deities at the Tirupati Amman Devasthanam before the evening proceedings. In 12 hours' time, several thousand men will participate in fire-walking rituals in front of the main kovil or shrine. The large pile of sticks and tamarind logs have been initiated and set on fire earlier in the morning. The heat around is considerable, and approaching this area is not possible. A few hours later, it's late into the night, and chants of Arohara fill the air. The men-only event sees the firewalkers treading the burning hot coals at different speeds. Most children are carried across. The temple priest continuously dances back and forth in front of the main firewalking pit while carrying a silver pot. Firewalking is used as a rite of passage to signify courage or a test on one's religious faith. This is the largest firewalking festival in Sri Lanka, and the 2,500 or more males who did tread the burning coals this year have amply justified both. The beaches around Chilaw town are serene, known for their golden sands and calm waters, ideal for a peaceful retreat. Chilaw's coastline is dotted with small fishing villages and coconut groves, adding a rustic charm to the area. Nearby, coastal resorts provide a relaxing escape with scenic ocean views, seafood cuisine, and easy access to the lagoon and mangroves, allowing visitors to explore the natural beauty and solitude that characterize Sri Lanka's western shores. The fishing industry in Chilaw has long been central to its economy and local way of life. As a coastal town with abundant marine resources, Chilaw's fishing communities have traditionally relied on both deep-sea and lagoon fishing. Fishermen here use a mix of age-old techniques and modern methods to capture a range of species. The industry supports not only fishermen but also local markets and processing units, making it a vital livelihood for many in the town and nearby villages. In recent decades, aquaculture has gained prominence around Chilaw as a sustainable supplement to traditional fishing. Prawn and shrimp farming have become particularly popular, thanks to the region's suitable coastal and lagoon environments. These farms, often small-scale controlled environments to raise prawns and shrimp for both local consumption and export. Aquaculture has contributed to economic growth and job creation, while helping reduce fishing pressure on natural stocks, making it an increasingly significant part of Chilaw's broader fishing industry. However, the prawn farming industry comes with environmental risks, including habitat disruption and water pollution from farm waste. This makes it essential to protect natural environmental barriers, such as mangrove forests, which help stabilize coastlines, prevent erosion, and filter pollutants. Mangroves play a vital role in maintaining healthy ecosystems and mitigating the impacts of aquaculture, while also providing habitat for fish and crustaceans, making them indispensable for sustainable coastal management in Chilaw. This area hosts the most species-divergent mangrove forests along Sri Lanka's western coast, with around 16 different mangrove species attached to the lagoon and surrounding wetlands. Munneswaram Kovil in Chilaw is one of Sri Lanka's oldest and most revered Hindu temples, with origins tracing back over 1,000 years. The temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva, but it also holds a pantheon of other Hindu deities, attracting both Hindu and Buddhist devotees. Legend has it that Munneswaram became a site of worship after Lord Rama, a central figure in the Indian epic Ramayana, prayed to Lord Shiva here to absolve himself of sins after his battle with Ravana. This mythological connection lends a deep cultural and spiritual significance to the site, making it an important pilgrimage destination on the Ramayana trail. Just 20 kilometers north of Chilaw and the historic Munneswaram temple lies the Anavilundava Wetland Sanctuary, one of Sri Lanka's 6 prestigious Ramsar sites, recognized for its global ecological significance. Spanning nearly 1,400 hectares, this sanctuary hosts a fascinating blend of 3 distinct ecosystems: verdant forest wetlands, saltwater coastal zones, and serene freshwater lakes. This rare convergence of habitats creates a unique haven, providing nesting and breeding grounds for over 150 bird species, both resident and migratory. The sanctuary also supports a rich array of wildlife, including about 20 mammal species, 70 butterfly varieties, and more than half of Sri Lanka's freshwater fish species. For nature enthusiasts, the prime visiting season from October to April coincides with the arrival of rare migratory birds. Visitors can immerse themselves in nature-based activities using the sanctuary's natural beauty and biodiversity. Chilaw is more than coconut and crabs. It's a vibrant coastal town where tradition and nature coexist beautifully. From the spiritual ambience of Munneswaram Kovil and the pristine laid-back beaches to the tranquil waters of the Anavilundava wetlands, each site offers a unique experience. Chilaw's charm is found in its blend of culture, nature, and everyday life, leaving visitors with a true taste of Sri Lankan heritage.